Hey everyone, now Leader Standard Work is a fundamental and critical lean tool, critical improvement tool. Now, all too often I think it is misunderstood and it's poorly applied and executed, and therefore we're not getting the full value out of this amazing tool. And trust me, as a consultant, I spend a hell of a lot of time working with leaders on building their standard work, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's often a slow burn, it takes some time, but coming through the other side of that with a good quality, effective standard work, and again, it's a journey. There's a lot of self-awareness and improvement that goes on through that journey. Then it puts everybody in a great place. Now, we're after stability in our process, but we also need stability in our leadership. So again, we want our leaders focusing on the right things, prioritizing the right things, putting their time, their effort, and their energy in the right place, because that helps us in the day-to-day, it helps us with the tactical, and it certainly helps us with the strategic. So there's a big conversation around this. There's a lot of elements to Leader Standard Work, but I just want to give you three really key starting points. So the first one is clarity on the role. So ensuring that you have a good quality current position description. That has to be the starting point. Without that, we've got too much gray and fuzziness. And, it's amazing how many times I ask people, have you got a PD? Have you got a good quality PD? Is it current? And they're like, no. So there's a lot of assumption. There's a lot of disconnection through the hierarchy if that's not the case. And again, we're setting people up to fail if they're not clear on the expectations of the performance and behavior of their role. So that's an absolute gimme. All right. The next one then is categorizing the activity of the role into must do, should do, and nice to do. So, yep, there's a laundry list of things we do. There's plenty of things that we could do, but what really should we be doing? What are the key things? What are the priorities? Again, there's only so much capacity in terms of time. We want to ensure that we're putting our time, our effort, and our energy into the right things. So we should always be very clear on what those must-do activities are, because again, people get busy day to day, things happen, and often we're having to reset and reprioritize. So we must always be clear that each and every day, those must-do things are the things that get prioritized and the things that get done. Now, the last part, I think Leader Standard Work is always about awareness. So a good starting point is looking at the scale of the planned versus reactive behavior. So again, that sounds pretty simple, but I think there's a bit of a formula that we're after. We're after essentially more time being planned and less time being reactive. And I know the answer is that most people at the start of this process are spending more time being reactive and a high percentage of the time being reactive. But let's just have a look at that. We can't go from 0 to 100 tomorrow. We can't change everything just now because we've got some Leader Standard Work in front of us. We have to be realistic and we have to have visibility and awareness around where you're starting. So take some time just to see what that is. Keep a simple log of what's happening throughout the day. Look at what's happening, the criteria of what's happening. Look at how much of that is reactive versus how much of that is actually planned and structured. So with those things, even with those things, you're starting to paint a picture. You're starting to, again, build that self-awareness and really see what is going on in your process of being a leader. And that helps you then to take the next steps in getting control, stability, and being able to make change and improvement in your day-to-day activity. Thanks for your time.